Welcome back. This is your midday edition of Expresso. What a way to round off the week. This morning we are learning about South Africa's largest youth organization, something I was very proud to be a part of when I was a young'un. Scouts. They strive to educate and empower children and young adults with life skills and a social consciousness to enable them to become innovative leaders with integrity, creativity and determination. And throughout the course of the show, we'll be interviewing amazing youngsters and a few adults, amazing as well, from various scouting groups here in Cape Town. And this morning we welcome a very special rover, I am told, Laura Trist. Can we get a round of applause from all of the amazing Cubs and Scouts in the house?
Thank you.
It's so nice to have the Cubs and Scouts kind of dotted all over, spread out over our studio. To have this energy here is amazing. Laura, thank you so much for bringing these beautiful young people to our studio.
It's an absolute pleasure.
And for doing what you do, because I get a sense that you feel this is your duty, having gone through the system yourself. So for people who aren't fully aware, those one or two that don't know what you guys are all about, what is Scouts?
So Scouts is a youth organization. It's for boys and girls. There are about 190,000 Scouts in South Africa.
Wow.
More than 5 million worldwide. And we're part of this bigger organization. It was started by Lord Baden-Powell. And yeah, I've been a part of it for probably 10 years now. And it's been such a part of my growth. And as a human, it's an outdoor activity as well as a leadership. My project management skills are probably all attributed to Scouts. So yeah, that's a little bit about where we start. And
I love the fact that now more than ever we need to get outdoors and we need to get young people outdoors. Nature deficit disorder is a real thing, believe it or not. But there is also something about the structure and the way that you can learn and grow and achievements within that space and then give back as a mentor yourself, as a leader, as a teacher. Talk me through Cubs, Scouts and Rovers. What are those things specifically?
So we're actually 4 different groups now. We start with meerkats, 5 to 6 years old. We've got the little ones involved now. There's such a huge need for the little ones in the early development. So they're so tiny, but so much a part of who we are now. And then we've got the Cubs. They're aged sort of 7 to 10 or 11. They really get started with their own advancement programs, start to develop who they are as people. Then you've got the Scouts, they're aged 11 to 17. The boys and girls taking part in leadership activities, skills activities, first aid, scouting also includes things like survival skills and then planning activities.
The more hardcore stuff.
It's not just nuts anymore. And then Rovers are for people like myself, 18 to 30 young adults who are sort of getting to be involved in service more. Service to yourself, learning to become a real human, get a driver's license, those sorts of things, and then give back to your community and to the Scouts who sort of helped to raise you.
I love that there's a cycle and that you keep feeding back into that process. What have you gotten out of this? And you mentioned some key kind of life skills and stuff that translates into your work life as well. But what have you gained as a person, as a human being?
So much. Besides the physical skills of being able to stop at an accident and help because I've got a level 3 first aid, I've also learned so much about how to interact with other people, other genders, other racial groups. All of those sorts of things has been a part of my scouting journey. And then learning some administrative skills, how to plan an activity, how to prep a menu, get in touch and get permits so that things can be done officially, and then lead. From a very young age, you start by learning to lead yourself, and then as you grow older, you're able to help and take other kids on activities, and you learn all the sort of official things behind that. So that's even come into my work that I do nowadays. My project management skills, my leadership skills, my teamwork ability, I can all attribute to Scouts.
Wow, that is amazing. So it's not just about getting this appreciation outdoors, which is very much what motivated me when I was younger, but I haven't even thought about all of those other elements.
Yeah.
It's all about the badge, baby. You've got to get the badges. I'm looking at one young gent, Sebastian, who I'm going to chat to in a moment. He's like literally covered in badges. So how does the badge idea work? What are they striving for?
So there are a couple of different badges that you can work towards. There are interest badges, so a badge is just a representation of a skill that you actually have. So interest badges in South Africa, you could do rock climbing, you could do first aid, you could do backwards, you could do camping, cooking. They're endless
not so also, right?
Not
you downplay it,
pioneering,
but
yeah,
it's quite
absolutely.
cool to know.
So those sort of physical skills that you can do, you can earn a badge for. Then we've got a specific advancement system, and each level of scouting, so the meerkats, the cubs, the scouts and the rovers, they've each got their own independent system on how to grow into your full potential in each layer. Then we've got sort of badges that can be done for awareness or for completing a specific type of challenge. Those are sort of once-off badges, and they fall into a whole lot of different categories. And then the last ones are for events. For instance, in lockdown, we've done the hike to Mahikeng, and then you get a badge if you hiked more than 20 kilometers towards that specific part of the journey. So they're whole different categories.
I mean, talk about the personal development and growth through achieving these things as you go through that process, and you get to have the really cool kind of look of the badges.
Yeah.
Laura, you're a wonderful human being, and you're doing an amazing job with guiding these young people and helping to shape them. And I love the fact that you've taken on the responsibility of giving back what has been given to you, and that's probably the most fundamental spirit that South Africa needs right now. So thank you so much. I feel like an egg now after all of that, so I'm going to see if I can get a young'un, one of these amazing young cubs, to cook me an egg in a very novel way. But you want to stay with us? We're going to be making a friction bridge, whatever that is. And yes, a boiled egg in a bag, all for me. The cubs, the scouts, they are here, and we couldn't be prouder. Stick around.